Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. This is Pinkie, the housewife. Good morning. It's Sunday morning, August 4th. August 4th. I'm glad to be in a new month. I tell you, this year is going by so fast. If you blink your eye, it'll be another month. This is August. Can you believe it? Kids are going back to school. But um, yes, kids are going back to school this morning. Let me just say, everything is alleged. This is my opinion only, and this video is made for educational and entertainment purposes only. Now, since I got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to some of the matters at hand, guys. This is a something I always say that you never can do anything. You can't drive a car driving while black. Take out the trash while black. Walking in your own yard while black. Standing outside of a store while black. Well, let me just put this up for a second. Graphic content, okay, to some viewers. Or images, okay? This may trigger some people, but that's not my reason for doing this. I report on the stories that come before me. All right. Now, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button coming in. Go ahead and hit that like button. That's the thumbs up so YouTube can keep me in the algorithm. And since you're watching my content, that must mean you like my content or you want to watch it to see what's going on. So go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you want to keep following me, you got the subscribe button. Subscribe to the content. Yes. Okay. And this is Pinkie. Pinkie the housewife, or some people may just know me as Pinkie. But I do have two channels. I have one which is Pink Global and one which is Pinkie the housewife. All right. So if you can go ahead and do those two things, hit the like button, hit subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and thank you right away so we can go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. All right. All right. So we're going to be talking about this young man here, Mark Anthony Crooms. Okay. He got a video that saved his life. There was a surveillance video that saved this Texas man's life. Yes, it did. Okay, you can see he was arrested at Gun Point. Yes, while taking out his trash. That's not the only time that probably happened to somebody while being black. All right. But let me just say this. Here we go. Mark Anthony. After being arrested, you see that mugshot right there. After being arrested, he was released from jail and charges dropped. Wait now, why are you gonna? The man got his hands up in his own backyard. But why are you doing all that? If see all those people out there outside the gate with those big GUNs pointed his way? Yeah. You act like somebody committed the unthinkable. In which the video shows he was nowhere around. This man was nowhere around. So how can he be at two places at the same time? He got to be a ghost. Got to be a ghost. I don't think the man got a ghost yet. So that's not him. But we're going to go ahead and go on with the story. All right. We're going to go ahead and go on with the story. I'm going to, I would say, thank God for some of the things that pops up like a surveillance video. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. This is with the, first of all, let me show a video of it first. I want to show the video of it first. So let me just do that. We're going to show a video first. And then once I show the video, then I go into it. Because the video might just clear up everything that we may need to know. You never know. That video may just say it all for us. The video may just say, you're done. Okay. So this is with Fox 26, local news. Okay. Okay. And it's written by Ronnie, Marley, and Dillard. This is July the 22nd, 2024 in Montgomery County. Fox 26 of Houston. It's Texas man, so let's go ahead and get on. Now, this is going to be my first time watching the video too. Okay? So that's why I put this trigger warning up, because I'd rather have it up than not have it up. Okay?
When you buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats, you get the...
I don't want to hear her buying 10 tickets. I don't want to hear that. Soon as I skip that part, then I'll bring it back. Here we go.
He was arrested for a crime he did not commit. That man spent the weekend in jail.
Wait, we're gonna hear that part again.
That man spent the weekend in jail charged with murder,
but was released because investigators learned the man had an alibi. Fox 26 anchor DaLaun Dillard talked to that man and his mother.
Surveillance footage shows authorities with guns drawn detaining Tracy Shepard and arresting her son Mark Crooms Friday evening at their home in Humble. It was Mark's 20th birthday.
They ain't even tell me right away that what I'm being arrested for. They waited till I got to the car and I asked myself, I said, what am I being arrested for? They said murder. And I was like, the murder of who? They slammed the door in my face.
Police arrested and charged Crooms with the murder of 19-year-old John Dennis Holmes III. Crooms was friends with him.
So what evidence did they say they had that led back to you?
They said my fingerprints was in his car. And like I told them, of course my fingerprints would be in his car because I was just with him
in John's car?
The same day.
Investigators found Holmes shot and killed 1 week ago in spring near the 300 block of Rapine Drive. I sat down with Shepard and she explained the same cameras that caught this video of her son's arrest also showed he was nowhere near the scene of the shooting. He was actually at home.
He went to go pick up something to eat probably around 6:27, 6:20-ish at McDonald's. He came back, so you could see him on the camera getting out the car, pulling up. And after he ate his food, he decided to go outside and throw his trash away, which was at 6:43. John was murdered at 6:40 p.m. So how can he possibly be 17 miles away murdering someone?
Shepard says it wasn't until Monday that police reviewed the video. Crooms was released from jail and his charges dropped. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office released a statement saying in part, quote, an arrest warrant was issued for Crooms based on probable cause established during early stages of the investigation, adding, quote, new evidence emerged providing an alibi for Crooms.
You told them y'all had security footage.
Yeah.
She sent it to them Friday, and you still sat in jail all weekend.
He told me he was gonna watch. He really never watched it. He waited. He really wanted my mom. My mama had to beg him to watch the video.
Shepard says her son is owed an apology, but most of all,
I'm just hoping and praying to God that his mama gets closure and they find John's killer. Rest in peace, John.
In Humble, DaLaun Dillard, Fox 26 News.
Okay. Now, y'all see that now, right? Y'all see that? Yes. Okay. Now and there was one other outlet that's covering it, more than one other outlet, but I wanted to show that video from that one and give a little more content to it. Okay? Yes, I did. Now, they put this man's picture all over the place as a unaliving his friend. Unaliving his friend. Do you know what that could do with that man's, with his reputation, with his, and everything? They wasn't too busy trying to figure out whether he did anything. If they wanted to figure it out, all they had to do just watch the video. They wasn't doing their job. I would not leave it at that. Just my opinion. I wouldn't leave it at that. I'll be filing a lawsuit. Just me. Okay. Because you couldn't do that to my baby. Okay. Here it is, guys. This was with the Atlanta Black Star. Okay. The Atlanta Black Star. And it was published by A.L. Lee. This is July the 29th, 2024. So he published this just last week. He has Texas man arrested at Gunpoint is saved when the surveillance video caught him taking out the trash at his home while his friend was being unalived. How could he possibly be 17 miles away? Seemed like they should have figured that one out before they just, you know what? Most times, if they find somebody's fingerprints, they would normally ask questions, pull you up, take you in for questioning before they go charging you, mug shot, putting your face all over the place, and you did this and you unalived. They didn't do their due diligence because I'm assuming taking out the trash, why black? Brown-skinned people have a hard time proving their innocence. They really do. Just my opinion. Okay. Let's go ahead and with this, guys. The Texas authorities had released a man previously accused of unaliving following the discovery of new evidence that proves he could not have committed the crime. Okay. Mark Anthony Crooms, who was facing charges in the unaliving of his friend, 19 years old, John Dennis Holmes III, was freed from Montgomery County Jail on July 22nd after investigations confirmed his alibi. Y'all see that picture there? Y'all see that picture? This is showing July the 19th at 12:37 p.m. in the middle of the day. This is the middle of the day. The man got his hands up in the air. And I'm surprised they didn't go pow, pow, because it looks like there's a cell phone in his hand. And you know what they would say. Allegedly, they fear for their lives because the man got a cell phone in his hand. With his hands up in the air, though. Just my opinion. Surveillance footage had earlier shown Crooms and his mother, Tracy Shepard, being confronted by the police at their humble home in Texas on Crooms' 20th birthday. I'm just going to say Mark Anthony. His name is Mark Anthony, on Mark Anthony's birthday. Happy birthday, Mark Anthony. They didn't even tell me right away what I was being arrested arrested for. They waited until I got to the car. So that I think people sometimes with guns, I mean GUN, they break all kind of rules. I do. Sometimes you got bad actors, and they love to break rules. They be making up um, rules and regulations and things right on the fly. They just be making them up as they go because they got a gun. And if you try to challenge them, you. But anyway, they waited until I got in the car. Mark Anthony, according to Fox 26 News. I asked myself, what am I being arrested for? They said, unaliving. I asked, the unaliving of who? And they slammed the door in my face. That's not nice. They was already trying to find something. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Okay? Mark Anthony said in Holmes had recently hang out together, eventually making him a suspect when Holmes was found unalived last week in Springs, Texas, near the 300 blocks of Rapine Drive. Wasn't he 17 miles away? New evidence now show Mark Anthony was not at the scene of the crime. They could have found that out without doing all that, but they didn't want to find it out. They just want to, I'm not going to say it. Sharp noted that the same surveillance camera that had captured her son arrest also proved he was at home at the same time of the slaying. He went to pick up something to eat at 6:20 at McDonald's. He came back, and you can see him on the camera. Sharp explains. Sharp is his mom. He decided to go outside and throw his trash away at 6:43 p.m. Thank God for that surveillance camera. John was unalived at 6:40 p.m. So he throws his trash away. Wait, now he's at McDonald's at 6:20. He goes outside and throws his trash away at 6:43. Okay, he's at McDonald's at 6:20. He gets back home. He eats the food, throws his trash away at 6:43. His friend was unalived at 6:40. 3 minutes before he throws his trash out. But you in your house eating your food, getting ready to walk out your door 3 minutes later, and your friend has already been unalived at 6:40. So how could this man be 17 miles away doing all that when he's at McDonald's at his house eating and throwing out his trash? They didn't want to see it. Mark Anthony mentioned that the Montgomery County Sheriff Office had claimed his fingerprints was found in Holmes' car. Of course, if they're friends riding around, my fingerprints is in a lot of people's cars. Well, not a lot of people's cars because I don't ride in nobody's cars. But if I did, my fingerprints would be in their car. They said my fingerprints was in his car, and I told them, of course, my fingerprints would be in his car because I was with him the same day. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to listen. Mark Anthony explained. It wasn't until Monday after the police reviewed the video evidence that Mark Anthony was released and his charges was dropped. I think they knew. They probably watched that. They just probably claimed they didn't watch it. They probably watched that. Allegedly, but in my opinion, I know they watched it. But they said, let this brown-skinned man sit in here till Monday. Just for the heck of it. They know what they be doing, guys. While mother and son are pleading his home safely. While mother and son pleased that he's home safely, Mark Anthony said his mother had to beg the investigator to watch the surveillance camera. No, I wouldn't have to beg nothing. I haven't showed it to him in their face. Now, if that was anybody else, they would have done that. That means they are not doing their due diligence. They're not trying to solve a crime. They're just trying to harass, in my opinion. Because mom and son had to beg him to watch the surveillance footage. I thought you was trying to find out who unalived his friend, his 19-year-old friend. You ain't trying to find out. You just trying to put a young black man behind bars. Just for your entertainment, just because you can, just because you got a badge and a gun. They knew he would be proven innocent. Only the cop knew. The cops knew. Additionally, she believed her son is owed an apology. Not owed an apology. Yes. But he owed more than an apology in my book. They will not do this. Because if you don't, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. But y'all know what I'm thinking. In a statement, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office defended the man's arrest and the weekend he spent in jail, saying he was a viable suspect at that. Lord. I'm going to just throw my hands up in the air, guys. An arrest warrant was issued for Mark Anthony based on probable cause, especially during the early stages of the investigation. But don't you supposed to take somebody in just for questioning first? You do that with everybody else that's not brown skin. This development highlights our unwavering commitment to conducting thorough and fair. Oh Lord, I don't even want to see that part, because they knew they was wrong. They knew they was wrong. This is a case for somebody. No. Let's watch this video, guys. 4, 3, 2. I don't want to see all that. Okay, y'all ready? Oh my God. Why do they show such long commercials? They still, this commercial is, this ad, is still going on.
Man who was arrested for a crime he did not commit. That man spent the weekend in jail charged with murder,
but was released because investigators learned the man had an alibi. Fox 26 anchor DaLaun Dillard talked to that man and his mother.
Surveillance footage shows authorities with guns drawn detaining Tracy Shepard and arresting her son Mark Crooms Friday evening at their home in Humble. It was Mark's 20th birthday.
They ain't even tell me right away that what I'm being arrested for. They waited till I got to the car and I asked myself, I said, what am I being arrested for? They said murder. And I was like, the murder of who? They slammed the door in my face.
Police arrested and charged Crooms with the murder of 19-year-old John Dennis Holmes III. Crooms was friends with him.
So what evidence did they say they had that led back to you?
They said my fingerprints was in his car. And like I told them, of course my fingerprints would be in his car because I was just with him
in John's car?
The same day.
Investigators found Holmes shot and killed 1 week ago in spring near the 300 block of Rapine Drive. I sat down with Shepard and she explained the same cameras that caught this video of her son's arrest also showed he was nowhere near the scene of the shooting. He was actually at home.
He went to go pick up something to eat probably around 6:27, 6:20-ish at McDonald's. He came back so you could see him on the camera getting out the car, pulling up. And after he ate his food, he decided to go outside and throw his trash away, which was at 6:43. John was murdered at 6:40 p.m. So how can he possibly be 17 miles away murdering someone?
Shepard says it wasn't until Monday that police reviewed the video. Crooms was released from jail and his charges dropped. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office released a statement saying in part, quote, an arrest warrant was issued for Crooms based on probable cause established during early stages of the investigation, adding, quote, new evidence emerged providing an alibi for Crooms.
You told them y'all had security footage.
Yeah.
She sent it to them Friday, and you still sat in jail all weekend.
He told me he was gonna watch. He really never watched it. He waited. He really wanted my mom. My mama had to beg him to watch the video.
Shepard says her son is owed an apology, but most of all,
I'm just hoping and praying to God that his mama gets closure and they find John's killer. Rest in peace, John.
in Humble, DaLaun, Dillard, Fox.
You know what, guys? They arrested him and charged him. This young man should have had an attorney. He shouldn't have to spend the whole weekend in lockup. No. That's the things they do to you. We see this time and time again. They will be making a statement. No, I will be making a statement in front of the news cameras. With my attorney. They need an attorney. They need an attorney. They need to file charges, because if not, this is going to keep happening, unfortunately. All right, guys. Okay. Here it is. Mark Anthony, released from jail. Charges dropped. They should have been dropped. I don't like seeing people wrongly accused. So sometimes I get a little passionate about it, but I don't like it one bit. No, I don't. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. You all have a good day. I bring you more stories to this. If anything else comes, if they have an attorney or anything to sue or anything, I'll make sure I bring you any updates on this story. If anything more comes out of this, I will bring you updates. Thank you, guys. You all have a good morning and enjoy yourself this Sunday day. Okay, bye-bye.